never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever.
Hey team, hope your training is going well this week. Today's topic, I wanted to go over the 23-mile marathon specific long run. This is normally the most difficult, most challenging long run of our build-up. And I saw a recent video of Eric Floberg, and Floberg is trying to run 2:32 at the marathon, at the Chicago Marathon, and the types of long runs he's doing is very similar to what I talk about in my own videos and my own training, what I've done over the years to run 2:19 for the marathon, is these varied pace long runs, these extremely difficult, mentally tough, really you're going to the well on these types of workouts. But in his specific workout, his coach had him do a 23-mile long run and he's trying to run 2:32 at the Chicago Marathon coming up this weekend. And his coach had him aim for running a float mile between 6 minutes and 6:05, and then 5:40 for the next 2 miles. And it was 6 sets of that. So it would be running a float mile, 2 miles very hard, float mile, and then repeating that 6 times. So he was doing like a 3-mile warm-up, 18 miles at very, very difficult effort with those floats, and those floats are not necessarily easy as well. But that type of marathon specific, especially a 23-mile marathon specific workout, I think about 4 to 5 weeks out from a marathon is highly powerful. And I think that if you do somewhat of a shorter marathon specific type workout and kind of build into that, you don't want to just jump into doing 6 sets of float, relatively fast float, and then 2 fast miles after that and doing 6 sets of that. Maybe starting off maybe 6 weeks out doing 4 sets of that particular workout, and then with 5 weeks out doing 5. Okay, so in his case, he's trying to run 5:48, I think is 2:32 marathon pace. So his coach had him running at 6 to 6:05 for the float, and then running 2 miles at about 5:40, so still about 8 seconds faster than goal race pace. And Jeff Cunningham is his coach. He's definitely a great middle distance to long distance running coach, and I like his style. I like that particular type of changing up the intensities. And some of my other types of favorite workouts is doing, sometimes you really do want to test yourself in training, and you do want to go to the well. Like one of my favorites is doing 2 miles easy, 10 miles at 10 seconds faster than goal race pace, 8 miles easy, and then 3 miles at goal marathon pace at the very end. So you're fatiguing yourself until you get to the very end, and then trying to pick up the pace when you're fatigued. And without a doubt, these types of marathon specific workouts are going to be probably the most difficult workout that you do. Especially in Eric's case, going into the Chicago Marathon, in one of his videos, I definitely encourage y'all to check out his channel. He was really rolling on the splits, the sets that he was doing. I mean, he was running like low 6s and then 5:30s, and then he had to turn around into a headwind. So it was pretty rough, but he was still very challenged throughout that race and still held on very strong during that workout. But the 23-mile marathon specific long run, I think definitely is a good indicator of what you're going to be capable of for the marathon. Now, I looked that up for myself, trying to break 2 hours and 42 minutes. I'm not going after my PR of 2:19. I don't know if I have quite that capability yet. I looked up the world record for the marathon for 49-year-olds. I'm 48, but next year, depending if I qualify for the World Marathon Championships, Masters Marathon Championships, the world marathon record for a 49-year-old, which is how old I'll be next November, is 2 hours, 19 minutes, and 47 seconds by a guy from Sweden. But I looked up the type of paces I would need to hit for this 23-mile marathon-specific workout, the similar type of workout that Eric Floberg was doing. And so I would have to do 6 sets of 628, 603, and then 603, and doing that 6 times in a row. Most recently, this past weekend, I did a 20 miler, averaging 5:45 mile pace for the first 10. So I was really running about 30 seconds faster than my goal race pace of 6:11. So I will tell you that was probably the most difficult, especially the last 8 miles, which were easy. I went 2-mile warm up, 10 miles at 5:45 mile pace, 8 miles easy between like 7:10 to 7:10 to 8:20 mile pace was around the range of the last 8 miles. Again, this coming weekend, I'll probably do a shorter set of this type of marathon specific type workout of, more than likely I'll do 4 sets of a float mile with 2 miles at 6:03 mile pace. So the float mile will be 6:28, and then the faster miles will be at 6:03 pace, which is going to be about 8 seconds faster than my goal race pace for the marathon coming up, and which is 2:42 or 6:11 mile pace. Based on some of the workouts I've been doing, I think that I'm capable of breaking 2:42, but I certainly don't think it's going to be easy in any way, shape, or form. But I'm telling you, with marathon-specific type workouts, they're going to test you physiologically. I think yesterday I pretty much went, I definitely wanted to be very aggressive in the first 10 miles, then relaxed in the last 8. Definitely this coming weekend is going to be more of a moderate effort, moderate to moderately hard effort, not a hard effort like this past weekend was for that 20 miler. If you want to get faster in the marathon distance, these are the types of workouts you have to get used to doing. You have to get used to alternating pace, running significantly faster than goal race pace, jogging, running close to goal marathon race pace, and changing up that intensity. Because again, in the races, you're going to experience surges from your competitors. And again, you want to get that goal race pace to feel easier for you. You don't want, in my case, I don't want 6:11 mile pace to feel aggressive. Okay, so I am spending some time running well below 6-minute mile pace, running in the 5:30s, the 5:40s. And, even as a 48-year-old, this is just to tell you that even in your 40s, in your late 40s, if you have the drive and discipline and you're willing to put in the work, you can still run fast times. I mean, the world record for a 60-year-old is from a guy in Japan who ran a 2:36 marathon at 60 years old. Okay, and as I mentioned, the 49-year-old world record is 2:19:47. Okay, that's almost my PR of 2:19:35. The guy did it when he was 49. I ran my PR when I was 31. So it's marathon, especially the 23-mile marathon specific workout, long run, the one similar to what Eric was doing, where you're running a little bit slower than goal race pace for the float mile, and then you're running 8 seconds faster than your goal race pace for the 2 consecutive miles after that, and you're doing repeat sets of that. Again, that's going to help build your lactate tolerance. It's going to recruit more fast twitch muscle fibers by doing those types of faster efforts, especially doing VO2 max workouts where you're doing like all-out hill sprints, or you're doing repeat 800s or repeat 1000s on the track or on the roads. Fartlek workouts where you're picking up your pace and you're running up closer to your max heart rate for the hard effort, and then running a float, maybe it's like 20 times 1 minute hard, 1 minute easy. You're changing up paces. Those types of workouts will help you to sustain your goal race pace. It's going to help your goal race pace to feel more manageable for you and help you to be more successful in these longer races. I'll tell you from experience that the marathon is unlike any type of event out there. It's not like training for a 1500 or a 5000 or a 10,000 on the track or on the roads. It takes an enormous amount of time and energy to get this right. And sometimes you can do it all right and still not get it right. Marathon, the nutrition aspect is absolutely vital in these long runs as well. If you're doing a 23-mile specific long run, or you're just doing a long run and you don't have fluid out there, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Okay, yesterday I drank 48 ounces of fluid mixed with electrolytes during my loops, and I I call it the Pennington Loop, or the Golden Jet Ski route. Okay, and that's if you want to know what this Golden Jet Ski, why I keep bringing that up, check in the description. There's a song called Fast Don't Lie that my nephew Brock and I kind of and there's a video that we kind of laugh about now, and the name of the video is called Fast Don't Lie. So the Golden Jet Ski is kind of the story behind that is in that video, so definitely check that out. But these types of if you're doing a 23-mile specific marathon pace workout, be willing to get outside of your comfort zone. Know that it's going to hurt, but know that this type of workout is going to give you a better indication of what you can run for the marathon distance. And remember, most of us, when you're training for a marathon, you're running on fatigued legs. Okay, so if you can do these types of workouts, like even yesterday, I mean, I put in 91 miles last week, and did 13 miles the day before this, and then the day before that, I had put in 16 miles. So it's continual buildup of mileage and fatigue. But again, you want to continue to train like that. Keep your volume up, keep your intensity up. If you feel overly fatigued the following day, make sure you give yourself 2 to 3 days of jogging and recovery. I promise you, I mean, even today, I was jogging at 8:20 mile pace on my recovery run this morning. Only did one run today of 7 miles, averaging it was 8:22 mile pace for that run. Of course, I could have ran faster, but I don't care about the pace on easy days. It could have been 10-minute mile pace, and as long as I'm recovering and being smart on those easy days, then I know I'm going to be able to continue to adapt and get faster on the hard days, like these 23-mile marathon specific long runs or varied pace long runs that I talk about. So I hope this video on the things you want to be, this is a type of example of a 23-mile marathon specific workout that Coach Cunningham threw out at Eric Floberg. Props to both Jeff as well as Eric for going after this type of effort in the marathon. And I like the way that's set up because, again, I've done that in the past. It helped me to break 2 hours and 20 minutes where I'm changing up paces, where I'm running at significantly faster paces that I know I'm not going to hold for the marathon distance, running very relaxed, running at moderate efforts, and then back into goal race pace. It's that mixing up of paces that will help you to become so much more mentally tough and prepared for your race. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any other questions, leave me a comment below. Definitely check out the resources below these videos, as well as on RunDreamAchieve.com if you're looking to take your racing and training to the next level. And I wish you all the best, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.